What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl DR with two R's. Back at it again here with another story time for y'all guys. Well, this is my first story time, so I haven't really posted on YouTube because I've been so busy with my life, girl. Your life has been knocking me out. But look, no, y'all already read the caption, so y'all already know what this story time is gonna be about. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So go ahead, take your time, go get your drink, go get you a little snack, go get you a little something to eat, because this story time about to be real crazy. I'm finna tell y'all about how crazy dudes really are. Dudes are crazy. Dudes are real crazy. So look, y'all got y'all drink, y'all got y'all snack. Okay, cool. So basically, let's just start it off with how I even met dude. Now, while I'm telling this story, I'm not going to be saying no one's name because I'm not that type of messy person. I'm going to protect the people that were involved in this whole, I'm going to protect the people or whatever. So we just going to like give them names. So I'm going to say it was last summer. Well, it wasn't even technically, I found out last summer. But me and dude ain't start talking until like what, March of last year. So let's just call this dude Jerry. That's an old name. I'm gonna call him Jerry. So Jerry, he was real cool. He always hit me in my DM. Be like, hey, what's up with you? Good morning. You look beautiful. And I'd be like, oh my God, thank you. Looking at you saw me too deep. Was someone call me beautiful, y'all? But no, he was real persistent. So I was like, and it's crazy because at first I was like, nah, I ain't even gonna fuck with buddy ass. I ain't even gonna fuck with buddy ass because I just ain't want to do it. Should have stuck with my first mind though, but it's okay, y'all. You live and you learn. So basically, he was hitting me in my DM all the time. He's real persistent. So I was like, all right, let me go ahead and give buddy ass a chance. Let me go ahead and give fool ass a chance. Gave him a chance. And everything, he just really blew my motherfucking mind. So I DM'd him back. We started talking or whatever. We exchanged numbers. We were FaceTiming every day, talking every day, just talking about different things. Let me just say that some dudes are actors. Like they really play their role. Y'all, they really be playing their role. Like they really for you and they don't be for you. So I'm gonna say everything was cool. I found myself always going over to his house. We was always kicking it. It was always a good time every time we went over there. Like literally his house was like the turn up party house. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes I'd be tired and didn't want to turn up all the time, but it was most definitely we did have some, some fun times. That's when I discovered that I didn't like Remy. Way off topic, because that's what he used to drink. Remy. Don't like that shit. That shit is disgusting. I'm more of a Douce type of girl, So, everything was cool. We were kicking it or whatever. And, I met his family. His sisters are really sweet. The dudes in his family, they ain't shit. But the females in his family, they got their little head on straight. They got their shit together. They real cute. They real cool. So... And like this story time is gonna really be short. Like I'm gonna try to make it longer. I'm gonna try to add every little detail that I can because like we wasn't really together that long. We started talking in March. We didn't break up until like what? May? All because he was cheating, y'all. But let me tell you how it went down. So boom. Okay. So boom. It was cool in the beginning. I was coming over there all the time. Boom. Then, he hit some hard times. He lost his job. And I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. You lost your job. What you gonna do? Like, and I'm a sad. So when we like with someone and they go through a lot, we tend to stress out about their problems. You see what I'm saying? It's a sad thing. But I was really stressed out too when he lost his job. I was like, oh my God, what are you gonna do? He gonna get kicked out of his place? Oh my God. So, but everything all worked out. He ended up getting into the job and everything. But what was crazy was he was talking to a lot of females while we was together, and I never knew. And it's because when he was around me, he played that role. Like my thing is, he played that role like he was such a good dude. Like when I tell y'all he is an actor, like he was performing, girl, he was performing because I never really felt the need to check his phone, ask him about other females. I really didn't feel the need to. I felt like I was cool. I felt like I was comfortable. I felt like I can trust him because he really played that role. So I never really asked for his phone. Like, first of all, I'm not that type of person, but unless you start showing me that you want some sneaky shit, then I'll be like, all right, what's up with you? Like, let me see you type shit. You know what I'm saying? But he never really gave me that vibe. He just gave me that vibe that I was the only girl that he was talking to. He was real cool. You know, he got game. He got, you know, he had some little slick talk. You feel me? So everything was cool or whatever. Then it got to, when was that? I forgot. See, the thing is, I forgot which month. April. It got to April of last year. So around this time last year is when everything started to come out. You see what I'm saying? So, because they always say what's done in the dark comes to the light, honey. So let me tell y'all what's tea. Let me tell y'all tea. So tea is, girl, tea was around this time last year. We were going to one of my good friends. I had a friend that I was like back in college with, and she had a hotel party at the Ritz-Carlton. And I was invited, so I went there. He was all the way in the county. I ain't gonna disclose where he from, but he was all the way in the county. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm over here kicking it. What you doing? I was like, well, I'm finna go to my friend's party, you know, at the Ritz-Carlton. You know, we drinking, we turn up. She got strippers. It's our birthday party, so we lit. And he was like, oh damn, she got the strippers? Let me get in there. Come get me. Mind you, at the time he didn't have a car. He was still trying to get his car or whatever. So I was driving damn near 30 motherfucking minutes to go see this man, and I stay in the city, but whatever. So I was like, okay, cool. I mean, I'll come get you, but it's like I just got here and my phone is dying, so you're gonna have to give me a minute. You're gonna have to give me a second. Like, my phone is dying, babes. So me and my friend ended up going to go get him. I let her drive my car because I didn't really feel like driving. I was doing all that fucking driving. I didn't really feel like driving. So we went to go get him and his cousin, but before we went back to the Ritz-Carlton, they had to stop and get the bottles. They had to stop to get they had to stop and get all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm ready to get back to the party so we can turn up. So we get back to the party, we turning up or whatever. Mind you, they already had another party that they was planning on going to, which was his sister's pajama party. And I wanted to go. I was like, oh, that seemed like a vibe. We can go there too. So we get back to the hotel, my friend room. We waiting on the strippers, so the strippers didn't come. So we was like, the party ain't really cracking right now. So we can just go to your sister's, slumber party, see what's to that. Let's see what's to that. We get there. It wasn't really none to that either. But while we was in the car, I noticed that when he was scrolling on his phone, he changed my name in his phone. Because at first my name in his phone was Bae. He changed it to D-Dog or some shit. And I'm like, oh, that's what we doing? Because first of all, I'm not your friend. Don't sit here and change my name like I'm your friend. I'm not your friend. Honey, I am not your friend. So I got on his ass about that. I was like, so why is my name D-Dog in your phone? Like, I thought it was Bae. Like, what's going on? Like, you trying to hide something from me? You trying to hide me from another girl? We got the arguing there. When I tell y'all, he is an actor. I'm telling, watch out for these dudes that be performing, y'all. He was really acting. He was like, no, it's not even like that. I got trust issues. Ooh. Mind y'all, the whole time we was together, he never posted me. That's the gag. The gag is he never posted me. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm all over the place with this story, but I'm gonna get to it. He never posted me, y'all. If a nigga don't post you, that's how you know he fucking with somebody else. He's protecting someone else's feelings if he don't post you. If he make all these excuses in the world to not post you, he's protecting someone else's feelings. Yeah, he protects someone. Don't fall for that. Oh, I like to be real private. Oh, I like to no one to be in my business. Because he hit me with all that bullshit, and my dumb ass ignored the signs. I was like, okay, we did just start talking. Maybe he is trying to keep it on a little low. But I'm the type of bitch, excuse me, I'm the type of female to where it's like, if I'm talking to you and we exclusive and we on that level, of course I'm going to show you off. Duh, I'm going to show off my mans. What you mean? So, but he never did that though. He never had a problem with me showing him off. He just never showed me off. He never had an issue. Some dudes be like, oh, don't post me. He didn't have an issue when he posted him, but he was not posting me. So after we argued or whatever, I guess everything was cool. I just stopped being mad or whatever. He changed my name back and I was like, the vibe was just off. Something wasn't right. Like, I just knew something else was going to happen, y'all, and it happened. So, but let me tell y'all, After we left his sister's slumber party, we had went back to my friend's hotel party because it was finally getting cracking. It was getting jumpy. You know, it was late. I ended up getting too drunk, which my dumb ass, knowing that I had my car. So his cousin had drove my car back to his house. We didn't get back to his house until like 4 a.m., y'all. 4 a.m. We got too lit. You feel me? Too lit. So it's 4 a.m. I'm trying to sleep. And next thing you know, it's a knock at the door. Someone's banging on his door. And I'm like, what is that? It was his dad or whatever. So banging on Jerry's door, he was in the living room talking to his dad and talking to his brother. His brother, we're gonna say his brother name is Tom. Tom and Jerry, honey. So Tom is a little brother and Jerry was the dude that I was dating. Keep up with me, y'all. Keep up. So he was in the living room talking to his dad and talking to his little brother Tom. And, you know, I was trying to go back to sleep. And then I heard his alarm go off on his phone. Meanwhile, this is the time where he lost his job. You know what's crazy, y'all? I'm finna get off. Well, it's not off topic, but it was a time that I remember I had to pull up to this man's house because he was not answering my phone calls. When I tell you I never had to pull up on nobody, I had to pull up on this man because he was ignoring my phone calls. He lied to me, told me that he was with his cousin playing dice. His cousin was at his house the whole time when I pulled up, and I didn't even realize until I pulled up, parked my car, and I was sitting there waiting for him to get home from his destination. Yes, girl, I was crazy. Waiting. And his cousin was in the car next to me the whole time. I didn't even realize that because I wasn't paying no type of attention. He knocked on my window. He was like, what are you doing? I'm like, waiting on Jerry. Where is Jerry? And he was like, man, Jerry at my cousin's house shooting dice. I'm like, oh, really? Because Jerry's walking outside his door right now. What do you mean? So I ignored so many red flags, y'all. It was so crazy. And then after Jerry came out the door, before he came out the door, it was another girl coming out before him. I was like, peep the tree in the back that's been up for a year long. That's what we doing? Okay, so now I get crazy. I get crazy. It's time for me to get crazy. You see what I'm saying? So I walk in, I'm on it. He was like, what you doing? Why you here? I'm like, don't question me when you wasn't answering your phone, number one. Two, you told me you was with your cousin playing dice, but you're at the crib the whole time doing what? So I ain't even gonna play y'all. I hopped out the car, Mind you, this was all before the whole hotel thing. Hopped out the car, walked up to his, up the steps to his little apartment. Walked in the door thinking I'm finna catch somebody in action. I'm like, what it is, what it ain't? Where she at? You see what I'm saying? And wasn't nobody in there. I guess the girl that had walked out when I had saw her, she was already gone. He was like, man, you doing all that crazy? She was here for my brother. She was here for my brother Tom. And I'm like, okay. Don't try to play me. I ignored so many signs, y'all. Please, y'all. Please don't ignore signs. If you see those red flags, just go. So, after I calmed down or whatever, this is when I tell y'all that dudes be really acting. They be performing. They be playing their role. He was in my car acting like he was so sad. He was so hurt. I'm going through a lot and lost my job. I'm trying to make some money and And I'm like, okay, I understand it, but that still don't explain the reason why you have a whole female issue. How like, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't just him in the house along with her. It was him, his brother, and his cousin. And I'm like, okay, is she really here for your brother, your cousin, or for you? Let me know some. Let me know. Because she came out that house like, she just got down, and then you came out right behind her. So I'm like, oh, that's what we doing. So, yeah, but to get back to the story, that's what happened. What happened before I found out he was cheating on me. So, but now that y'all know all this information, y'all like, bitch, you knew he was cheating, but I did not know I swear to God, I thought it was only female. But now look, back to the situation at hand. So, back to when his daddy was banging on his door at 4 a.m. I'm in the bed trying to go back to sleep. His alarm on his phone went off. It went off, y'all. And I'm like, oh my God, it's waking me up. So I pick up his phone to turn off the alarm. I was about to set his phone down, but I saw a name in his phone that I didn't recognize. Meanwhile, I told you I don't go through phones. I don't go through phones, but I didn't recognize the girl name in his phone. Like, who was I'm not even gonna say her name. Let's change her name to Sierra. So a girl named Sierra had texted his phone. I was like, who is Sierra? Like, I know all your sisters and none of your sisters' name is Sierra. So who is Sierra? I broke into his phone, y'all. I broke into his phone. Let me tell y'all, dudes is so stupid. His password was his birthday. So stupid. So stupid. So I broke into Tom's phone by using his birthday as his password. And there it was, y'all, the receipts. I'm talking about receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts. I'm sitting here looking at the phone like, I was too blue. Shorty straight blew the hell out of me. For real, like no kiddie, he straight blew the hell out of me. So I'm sitting here looking through the phone. He had my name saved as Bae and had her name saved in her name. And he was texting a whole bunch of other females too, but I don't know their names because he never had their number saved. So I guess I guess I was the main, she was the side. I don't know what it was, but it was crazy. So it was a text message in his phone that really blew me. It really made me not want to mess with him no more. It made me really look at dudes different. And it really made me think like dudes are really nasty. Disgusting, y'all. I was going through the messages. Meanwhile, this is another girl in his phone. He had multiple females in his phone. Because I went through the messages. I went through his Snapchat messages. I went through his DMs on Instagram. That's how he was so sneaky with not, with doing what he was doing. Because they never knew nothing about me. He never posted me. You see what I'm saying? So, I went through these messages. Like I said, the girl name wasn't saved. The girl name was not saved in his phone. Went through the messages and I saw a message. She had texted him. She was like, "Bae, did you come at me? Because I didn't get my period." I dropped the whole motherfucking phone. I was so disgusted. I was too disgusted. Too disgusted, y'all. Too disgusted. That's what I'm saying. As females, we really got to be careful who we give our body to. But I wasn't really tripping because I never have sex with dudes with no condom. I know with some of y'all girls out here, they be having sex with dudes raw. Not me. Not this bitch. So I was smart. Of course I used a condom. Of course. We wasn't really having sex a lot either because it wasn't that good and he wasn't that big. He was like... But, yeah, Jerry, he didn't really have it going on for him to be having all these hoes. He did not have it going on, girl. But, of course, I was smart. I used a condom, which I always do. I always use a condom. I really won't try to be using condoms out here, but I use condoms all the time. And when I saw that message, I was just totally disgusted. I was like, not only are you talking to multiple females and cheating, you're having sex with them behind my back. And it was crazy because when I was looking at the dates, you know how iPhones, they always have the dates and the times and the days of when they were texting. It seemed like every time I would leave, he would have her just pull up. Not the girl that he had sex with, but the girl that he had saved as, her name is Sierra. We're talking about Sierra now. Let me backtrack. My bad, y'all. Sorry if I'm confusing y'all, but I'm remembering all of this as I'm talking about it. So, the girl Sierra that was saved in his phone, it seemed like that every time I left, she would pull up, like moments later, days, whatever. It just added up. Like, it just clicked in my head, like, damn, when I leave you, I had this bitch pull up. Like, she would pull up, I guess, give him money or whatever. And then the other girl that he had sex with behind my back, I guess she came over one time and they did what they did. And it was all that. So, the story about to get crazy, y'all. It's about to get crazy. So, look. So, boom. I texted his brother off his phone. And I was like, yo, brother is one nasty. And he needs to go get tested because he out here just having sex unprotected with these nasty And I just sent it. I sent it. I was too hit. I was ready for him to come back in that room so I can just. So his brother came in out of nowhere. Tom, looking clueless. This how he came in, y'all. Sis, what you talking about? What's wrong? And I'm like, don't sis me, cause you knew. Y'all, they homeboys. Some of they homeboys be like looking after them. Even the brothers. Tom knew that Jerry was doing all of this, y'all. Tom knew. Tom absolutely knew. He knew. I'm going to tell y'all how I know that he knew. That's going to be later on in the story. So I was like, don't even sis me, bro, because you already knew. She came up to the crib. You knew. And he was like, I swear to God, I know. I wasn't even in the room when it happened. And I'm like, get on my face. You a clown just like your brother. Then his brother, Jerry, came back in and was like, woo, woo, why are you going through my phone? Da, 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 da. Woo, woo, woo. I said, you know what? Fuck you in this phone. I launched that whole phone at his forehead, y'all. Launched it. I said, because you really got me messed up. Now I'm finna take it there. Now I'm finna go there with you. Man, it got crazy. I can't even disclose all the details that had happened that night because it's really bad. But I took it there with him. I took it there because I was hurt. I was sad. I was upset. I was disgusted. I just couldn't. I just didn't understand why dudes just come in your life just to do stuff like that. And I was over it. I was livid. I left the next morning because I did want to go to sleep. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I had left. He's all on my phone apologizing. I'm sorry. And it's crazy because when I was telling him about his stuff, I was like, you wasn't even going to stop if I didn't catch you. He was like, yeah, you're right. And then the most embarrassing thing happened to me, y'all. I feel like it was embarrassing. Yeah, I feel like I was embarrassed. So I don't even know why. I was sitting on the phone with my friend and she was, hyping me up. She was like, yeah, if he really wants you back, he got to show you that he wants you back. You better make him post you. And now that I'm looking back on it, I'm like, that was the dumbest shit that I let my friend talk me into because I was so embarrassed when he posted me. So embarrassed. So he posted me and he made this little stupid ass little side blood apology. I'm so sorry. I want you for the rest of my life. Well. I'm sorry I embarrassed you. All this extra bull that he posted in that post, y'all. And let me tell you, I was so embarrassed because half of the girls that liked that post, he was literally in their DM. He was in their DM and they was liking the post. And he was in their DMs, y'all. I was like, what? I was too blue. Let me tell you though. Let me tell you how the story finna get real extra juicy. I ain't gonna lie, I was stupid. I was trying to give him a second chance. I know y'all looking at me like, bitch, after he had unprotected sex behind your back, bitch, you should have left. But don't get it twisted, bitch, because he never got the chance to touch this body again after doing all of that. Because he was trying to convince me that he changed. And I'm like, nigga, how you... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that word. Boy, Jerry, how you changed? And it just happened a week ago. Girl, dudes just be saying anything, girl, just to get back in good. So let me tell y'all what happened. Let me tell y'all. So, boom. I tried to give him a second chance. Didn't work out. No kizzy, no cap. Didn't work out because he's a liar. He's a cheater. He's a manipulator. And he played that role. So, it's this girl. She started following me. She liked the picture. She commented on the picture. She was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Saying some cute shit. I'm looking at the picture like, trying to be funny? Are you one of the girls that was in his DM too? You trying to be funny? Because I went through his DM, but I didn't go through like all the messages. So I didn't even know where she came from. She just, she commented. And if she watching this video, I don't got no issue with you because you didn't even know who I was. So I'm not going to have no issue with you if you didn't know who I was. You feel me? He did all this because he never posted me, So I thought she was trying to be funny. Because she followed me after that too. And I was like, oh, that's what we doing. But I was like, let me calm down, because I'm never finna sit here and square up and fight no female, because over a dude that did me wrong. Never been that type of female, no cap. So, that was that. She started following me. I started following her back. Whatever, no pressure, you feel me? Then, I guess like, oh, my ring light turned off. I guess like a few days later, y'all. A few days later, I was on Instagram and I saw her photo. I ain't even gonna lie. She posted a real cute picture on her story and I reacted to it. And she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I was like, no problem. You know, I give my props when props are due. I give my little, you know, I ain't never been no hating ass bitch, you feel me? And she was like, girl, I gotta keep it real with you. I gotta be honest. And I'm like, why does this keep going off? What's the deal? Like, she was like, no, I gotta be honest with you. And I'm like, my bad, y'all. This is just some ghetto. And she was like, no, I gotta be honest with you. And I'm like, okay, yeah, what's up? She was like, I gotta tell you the truth about old dude. And I was like, who, Jerry? He's talking about Jerry, right? And she was like, yeah. And I was okay, so what's the deal? So boom, she gave me all the receipts, y'all. All the receipts. I was too hurt. She was like, yeah, he never told me anything about you. He never told me he had a girlfriend. He told me that you were crazy and da 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 da. And I'm like, crazy? He was like, yeah, he told me you were crazy, woo woo woo. And I'm like, oh really? And I was like, show me the receipts. Girl, she sent them motherfucking receipts, Cunny. She sent them receipts. I was like, what? Let me. She sent the receipts, y'all. She sent the receipts. So boom, I was reading the message. I was like, this mother, shut your mouth. I could not believe my own eyes. Now, mind you, this happened all after I found out that he cheated. So I know he cheated. I just never knew the girl who he cheated with. Because like I said, he never had her number saved. No, nothing. So she was like, yeah, I'm so sorry this happened to you. You're so beautiful. You don't even deserve a man like him. And I was like, you know what, girl, you right. I ain't got no issue with you. Because like you said, you know, and like I already know, you didn't know me. You didn't know who I was. It would have been different if she knew who I was. She didn't know who I was. She didn't know who I was because he never posted me. That's why he was so able to do what he wanted to do behind my back, because no one knew about me. He was out here bouncing his behind like he was single, knowing that he was with me the whole time. So I asked her, I was like, well, did y'all have sex? Because I really wanted to know if she was a female that he had sex with. And I was like, well, did y'all have sex? And she was like, yeah, we did. It wasn't no feelings attached. He ate me out. And I was like, not that he ate fat ma. No. Nasty. Y'all dudes be nasty. Y'all just nasty. Just eating and having sex raw. Nasty. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, I gotta go. I got to go. I had to get up out of there. I had to get out that jam because it wasn't... It was too crazy. Like, it's crazy because I was really hurt at that time that he did that to me. But now that I'm looking back on it, I can really laugh because, damn, that shit was crazy. I never had... Like, don't get me wrong. I had dudes shitting me before, but never to this extent. Too crazy. So I was like... So the whole time I'm reading the message, I'm looking at him like... Trying to keep it cute because because at this time I was at his sister's house and I didn't want to disrespect his sister's house, and I was sitting on the couch. I was like, trying to keep it cute. He was looking at me like, you know, he was up dancing. He was like, hey, what's up, babe? Come dance with me. Come dance with me. And I'm like, whole time I wanted to bomb off on that on dude ass right in her motherfucking living room. I wanted to do that to buddy ass. Girl, it got messy that night. We was arguing. His sisters had to come in and talk some sense to me. His sister was like, look, If you want to make it work, we'll make it work. If you don't, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Like, me and his sisters had a real conversation about it, and from what they told me, I took what they told me, and I decided to leave. I wasn't gonna keep putting up with that. First of all, me and him wasn't even together that long for me to even stay. Like, we didn't have, you know how people be staying in relationships because, oh, we've been together for this many years, and we have so much. We didn't really have nothing for real. I mean, we turned up. That was about it. But I'm not gonna keep putting myself through that, so I just left. I left. Shout out to me. I left. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And after I left, he just, like, to this day, he calls my phone. Man, take me back, man. I miss my baby, man. Nah, man. No, sorry, we're not doing that. So after I left or whatever, moved on, I was at a hotel party. Fast forward, months after I left. What was this, like June, July? I don't even know what month it was, but it was still the summertime. I had left, and I was at my friend's hotel party for her sister, and I was high off edibles, y'all. If y'all know me personally in real life, I don't smoke. Like, I'll hit the blunt, but I prefer to eat edibles because smoking has never been for me. I don't like coughing for 45 minutes. I don't like that. So I was eating an edible, and I was too going off this edible. I was tweaking. So let me tell you how dudes ain't nothing, right? After I left, I stopped talking to him. He knew I stopped talking to him. He wasn't tripping off of me. Like I said, if a dude really if he really wanted me and wanted to make it work and this and that and the third, he would have showed me. He would have kept blowing on my phone. At this point, he would have been kissing my behind because he the one that had messed up so bad. He didn't do none of that. So when I left him alone, he didn't care. I didn't care. Cool. I'm thinking, whew, got him out my life. Yes, I was relieved to get him out my life when I left him alone. So I'm at the hotel party. The same girl that came to me as a woman, she DM'd me. She was like, you still talking to dude? And I was like, no. And she was like, okay, good, because he's still hitting me up. And I'm like, girl, go ahead. Do what you do. I don't want him. Go ahead, girl. And then, after I said that, guess who FaceTimed me? You guessed right. That not shit ass dude. Sorry, YouTube, for cursing. He called me. He FaceTimed me. Talking about some, man, pull up, man. He was on the camera trying to act like I said. He was like, man, pull up, man. I just really want to talk to you, man. I really want to talk. I'm missing my baby. I miss you. And I'm like, how dumb do you think I am? Am I dumb? Are you dumb? Do I look dumb to you? You just got done DMing her. She just told me, and now you back on my line. The only reason why you back on my line, boo, is because you don't got no one else to mess with. You done posted me and lost all your hoes. All of them. Now you want to hear my line? You're funny. You're real funny. And it's crazy because every time I get high, I remember everything. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, get my phone, dog. My dumb, stupid ass told him where I was at. I was downtown at the Lumiere. I told him where I was at. So he was like, oh, you at a party? You don't want to know them. And I'm finna come up there, and I'm finna beat you up. And I'm like, you're not. You're literally not. You're not. You're not. You're not going to come up here. You're not going to act crazy. You're not. He came. He came, y'all. He came trying to act. I mean, he wasn't even acting crazy. Like, he just walked in like, yeah, I'm here now. And I'm like, okay. Trying to blow my high. And it was funny the whole time. So we outside in the hallway. I got some people looking at us while we arguing. We was in the hallway. He was like, man, take me back. And I'm like, no, leave me alone. You're crazy. I couldn't even enjoy my night because he came and just blew my whole night. Blew my heart, to be honest. I had left and I had went home. And ever since then, he still be calling my phone. He calls my phone when he's bored to tell me how much he missed me, how he want me back, and how he's sorry, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, you know what? You can save all that, boo. It got so bad to the point to where I blocked his number. He called me from a second phone. I blocked that phone too. Then one night, his cousin ended up calling me, and I'm like, why are you having these people call me? Why? Leave me alone. I don't have him blocked on Instagram because he never really messes with me on Instagram. He looks at my stories. That's about it. He called me off of Instagram a few times, and I'm like, can you just leave me alone? Leave me alone. So I finally blocked him on Instagram. And yeah. I had to leave him alone. Y'all, he was just too crazy. It was like, why are you acting so crazy and you cheating on me? What? Where we at? Child, long story short, dudes ain't nothing. They play their role. And they stupid. So, thanks for listening to my story. I got more stories. I'm dropping more videos on YouTube. I'm gonna start getting real active on YouTube. Y'all already know. Follow me on TikTok at Dior with 2 R's X baby. Follow me on Instagram at DiamondXDior_ on Instagram. Add me on Facebook at Diamond Thomas. Y'all know me, man. Dior gang. I'm out. No kissy.